Hi, it's Rob again. I'm here in Long Beach at the ISS show where we're launching the NGL in the USA. And for those of you who need a refresher, I'm just going to do all the things that we're pretty much doing throughout the show, and you can see them live as a reminder, or for those of you who haven't seen it and couldn't make it to the show, you can just come here. So I'll start by showing you the versatility. I'm going to make this actual shirt. We printed the front, and I'm going to actually do the applique. So here we go. I've got the shirt, and what I've done is, if you want to focus in on this, is we've embroidered a patch on the front, and it's a running stitch, but I've taken it off the embroidery machine so I don't have to tie up the embroidery machine. What I'm able to do is just line it up with the red laser pointer that we have built into the laser. So the NGL is next generation laser, but it's actually bridge laser capabilities is the best way to say it. So it does everything the bridge laser does, except for not $180,000, $200,000 range. It does it for the $50,000 range. So also, I've got the foil here, and the reason I've got the foil here, you've seen on the other videos, is because the laser can go through a material and damage the shirt underneath. That doesn't have to do with how you adjust your laser, whose laser is better than the other. The fact remains that the laser will go through a material when you cut it if it's very thin. If you use a tackle twill where you can't see light through it, then you can adjust the laser to not go all the way through. So I'll pull out the embroidery backing, and remember that it's off the embroidery machine. So if my embroidery machine is stitching, it's making money. When it's not stitching, it's not making money. And the holy grail of embroidery in North America is $42 an hour, so it's really actually not good. $42 an hour is great if you're on a salary, but not if you have overhead as a business. So I've got this here. I'm going to lay it down. You can zoom in. Come in a bit closer, Stephen. So you can see that I've turned on the red laser, and I'm just going to guide it in here. And I'm going to follow and see that the red laser is actually the running stitch. So I'm following it all over here, tracing it in the eyeballs and the nose. And basically I'm ready to go. So now I've got the cover removed here so I can get my hands in the video to show you everything, but typically that's safeguarded there. And you see the outline. So I'll go over here to the software. Can you shoot the software for a second? I'm going to press the space bar. I'm going to turn off the red laser, and I'm going to press F2. You can go back over to the camera there, to the skull. So basically I'll highlight this, press F2, and we're in business. So the laser is extremely fast. It's going one direction to etch, and then it's going to switch directions and recolor everything the other way, and then it's going to go back and it's going to cut everything out. And then I'm going to show you how easy it is to clean it. So still etching there. Now it's doing the outline, the cut. And remember, at this pace, I'm doing dozens an hour. If it's just etching, which I'll show you on some other fleece products, it's 210 an hour. So back up for me for a sec. You got tweezers on you? So if you got the camera focused, I'm pulling that off just like this, dropping it to the ground here, and removing the foil. Okay, no effort whatsoever. Here I give a bit of resistance, pull the foil out. So any salesman who tells you, they don't need foil, they're not telling the truth. Here I've got the eyeball. Pull that out. And again, this is in a cleaning station, and the operator isn't necessarily doing this, they're still firing another piece, but I wanted to show you how quick it goes. That's basically done now, okay? So, as you can see on my shirt, I put rhinestones in afterwards. That's a separate process, that's heat press. Okay. Now I want to do something else. Focus on the back of my shirt. That's a laser etch. So I'm going to take the same shirt, and it's basically 100% cotton shirt from All Style. Drape it in here. Make it even. Make sure it's flat. I'm going to go over the software, show you the setup. And don't give away the setup. I mean, if you're an embroidery business, charge $35 wholesale, $50 to retail. Go in the file folder here, open up the bird. Select the bird. And now when I go back to the shirt, I'm going to press the F2 here, and the etching begins. So this is kind of like removing the dye on the surface of the t-shirt here. This will take a little bit longer, but again, it's just a unique demonstration I want to show you. If you had to stitch this out, this would be like maybe 40, 50,000 stitches, but it's just a unique way to decorate the shirt. Hi guys. I'll gladly scan you and get you more info. I want to make one video for all the people who I didn't see or need to remember me, because there's enough booths here. Can you go over to the screen for a second here? So just to understand, I've got how many passes, I've got how many times it's going to go by, I've got it set at 1. I've got the speed, which is in this case 2400 millimeters a second, so that's I guess somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 yards in a second. I've got the power at 20% for this particular thing, and those are the only 3 things I need to adjust, so it's pretty simple to adjust. When you save the file, it remembers it, right? And that shirt's almost done. It's doing another layer of a different color. Okay, so you want to back that up, Stephen? So come over to here for a second. What I'll do is I'll switch products entirely. I'll pick the coat hanger. So take this out here. Right there. So if you can see, I'm just looking at the image of the hanger here. I'm going to reach over. Actually, Stephen, you reach over, press the button for me, space, and then F2. Go ahead. So now I'm doing wood pretty easily. These are the coat hangers we feature. Switch it over to red. Switch the other side over. Go ahead. And I show this because if you did this with a plotter laser, you could do a grand total of 20 or 30 pieces every 2 hours. And here we can do 210 pieces an hour with a laser. So let me switch over here. Can you switch it over to gloves? Have any gloves left that I haven't done? So here's a pair of work gloves. Just pull this tag out of the way. Okay, do you see that red laser there? It's marking where it is, so I don't have any issues with hooping. It's all stuff that's done without the embroidery machine. Go ahead. And this is where you're charging $1.50 to $2. You know, we have customers doing 3,000 pieces, they'll charge $1.50, $1.65. But when they do 50 pieces, they'll charge somewhere in the neighborhood of $2.25 to $3. But look how fast they're doing it. That's why I say you make more money than your dentist when you're doing the laser etching.
How it's bumpy, but it still works.
Oh yeah, there's a good point here. You notice how this is all bumpy and uneven? On a plotter laser, you wouldn't be able to do this because it would be too close to the lens and the lens would get damaged with the smoke or the bumping into stuff. So here, with the scanner, because it's shooting from, back this up for a second. I'm shooting from a greater distance, so I'm basically shooting from here going down. I can cover a larger area and I don't have to worry about uneven surfaces, etc. So now I'm going to do something like a polar fleece garment. And I want to show you how fast it is. I've got to pick the right side here.